Send a request to realtor.com, 429. Try again, 429. One more time, 403. This is a rate limiter that fires on request 1, not after 100, not after 10. The first hit gets blocked. But look at the page in a real browser. Manhattan luxury inventory. Penthouses listed at $13 million, $29 million, $98 million. The data is right there. We just can't reach it. Build the fetch wrapper. Route every request through Scrape.do with super equals true. That flag handles the IP reputation and the TLS fingerprinting on the proxy side. No render equals true. No headless browser. Realtor ships its data in the initial HTML. We just need clean IPs. Send the same request through the wrapper. 200 OK. The body is real, Realtor HTML. Now here's the trick. View source on the search page. The result cards you saw in the browser, they're not in the rendered markup. Search the HTML for page props, and a massive JSON object appears at the bottom, embedded inside a script tag. The cards aren't HTML. They're embedded JSON. The path is props, page, props, properties. Back in the editor, scan every script tag. Try to parse each one as JSON. The first one that parses and contains a properties array, that's our payload. Run it. 42 properties on a single Manhattan page. Now shape it into a CSV, price formatter to normalize the millions, address builder to flatten the structured location object, status label to convert MLS codes into readable text. Run across 3 pages, 126
Open
listings. The CSV. $2 million multifamily on 131st Street. $128 million condo on 57th. $29 million on 5th Avenue. $98 million for a quadplex on 57th. And this one, $13.75 million. 33 Park Row, Penthouse 1. 4 beds, 4.5 baths, 3,534 square feet. Let's go deeper on this one. Search pages are about breadth. Listing pages are about depth. The listing page has 2 structured sources. Embedded JSON gives us the core fields: beds, baths, price, agent, brokerage. GraphQL gives us the enrichment, property history, tax records, popularity windows. Different JSON path, same script scanning trick. Fetch the 33 Park Row URL through Scrape.do. Scan the script tags again, but this time look for props, page, props, initial, Redux state, property details. That's where the listing detail lives, buried 2 levels deeper than the search payload. Print the IDs as property ID 9374, listing ID 2982. Property ID is the key for everything that comes next. Now GraphQL. 3 things to harvest from DevTools. Open the Network tab on a real listing page. Filter GraphQL. 3 subcuts. First, find the request named Property and Tax History. Open the Payload tab. Copy the entire query text verbatim. That's our history query. Second, switch to the Headers tab. 2 custom headers Realtor expects on every GraphQL call. Client name set to RDC_web_details_page. Client version set to 2.598.0. Copy both. Third, find the request named Get Urgency Data. Open the payload. The extensions field contains a SHA-256 hash, 64 characters. That's a persisted query, Apollo client's way of caching common operations by hash instead of sending the full query text every time. Copy the hash. 3 values harvested. Ready to make the calls. Build the GraphQL post wrapper. Route it through Scrape.do, this time with 2 flags. Super equals true for the bypass, and custom headers equals true. That tells Scrape.do to pass our client headers through to the origin instead of stripping them. Without custom headers, Realtor's Gateway returns nothing. The version header is part of the contract. Now both calls fire back to back. Call 1. Property and tax history. Variables. The property ID query. The full text we copied. The response contains the property's event timeline and tax history. Call 2. Get urgency data. Variables. Same property ID, but no query text. Instead, the extensions field with the persisted query version and our SHA 256 hash. The response contains popularity windows, views and saves over rolling time periods. Full query text on one, hash on the other. 2 ways to talk to GraphQL. Run both. 2 history events, 5 tax rows, 4 popularity periods. Open the final JSON. 33 Park Row, Penthouse 1. Listed by Leonard Steinberg at Compass. $13.75 million. 3,534 square feet at $3,891 per square foot. Then the history. June 13th, 2025, relisted at $13.75 million. June 5th, listing removed 13 days after the original listing. Source Compass. The full event timeline of a Manhattan penthouse, programmatically extracted. 2 layers. 1 pipeline. 4 29s became 200s. HTML became JSON. JSON became GraphQL. Full code on GitHub. Free credits at Scrape.do.